Is that really what we're calling it?
That's what I decided to call it today. You got a problem with that?
That's what I decided to call it today.
Oh, why is it? Why is the volume on? You don't need to hear us saying the same shit twice. Anyway,
Yeah, I
see,
don't need.
shit show.
Anyway, it
Anyway,
is not the shit show.
that's what I'm choosing to call it. Also, I need to turn this off because it probably sounds terrible. Or then maybe they can't hear it at all. I don't know. But
My name's CK.
I'm Telfari.
Knight Rider.
Look at the camera. He's a professional.
Yeah.
We're all
no, not
professionals.
today.
Anyway, this is our raw conversation, raw chat, raw talk. I don't know what we have actually.
Raw.
Smackdown.
There.
Yeah. See,
It's a good thing I'm the one changing the titles.
Yeah. That's why we pay you the no bucks.
Yeah, I'm broke as shit.
All right. This week we don't have many rumors, but we do have some interesting things to kind of bring up. TNA and WWE announced a multi-year partnership to help create unprecedented crossovers for both companies. So,
Which was this? I didn't expect them to be doing all that, especially with them doing Netflix now. But I guess
because here's the thing. I think with like Jordan Grace getting ready to pretty much go to Raw,
yeah,
they still want to do her Tessa Blanchard crossover storyline.
yeah.
But yet with her wanting to go to Raw or to WWE, I'm saying Raw, but it's not guaranteed she's going to go to Raw, SmackDown, or NXT.
Yeah, I guess it's just because so many people are going to WWE because
and people going back and forth because like
Yeah.
Nick Menzeth, I think is his real name. Nick Menzeth. I might be pronouncing it 100% wrong.
you definitely are.
But Dolph Ziggler
Mm.
is currently on TNA. He says he has no reason to ever want to go back to WWE, but it's the same idea. Like
Yeah. If they want him for something, he can go back and forth. Yeah, I get that.
So something I want to bring up that I thought was really, 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 really cool, and I wish they would do it more.
Oh, we're talking about Joe and Wade walking to the desk from the crowd.
From like the back and down to through the crowd and to their desk. I thought that was just kind of talking about like what was coming for the day, kind of what was going on.
Yeah, that was really cool. It seemed like a way for the announcers to interact with the audience because that's something that I didn't realize until I went to my first and only ever live show is when you're there live, you don't hear a goddamn word from the announcers. They don't exist.
Yeah, which is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really a way to do it, like through the speaker system, but in the same breath, I think there should be a way, and with our technology now, freaking give us an app or that we can put our earbud in or whatever.
Something like that, but
that we can hear the announcers during the matches because sometimes, like I've said, they're pushing that story.
Yeah, they're half the fun of it because that's the thing about wrestling is it's a soap opera, and they're just.
And if you might as well turn the volume all the way off and watch it.
Yeah,
live, and it's not
there
that great.
We go.
I mean, it's still phenomenal. Don't get me wrong,
it's not.
It's not the same. Yeah, you don't get nearly as much as the story. So, yeah.
Exactly.
But that was like I said, that was a cool way for them to interact with the crowd.
And I wish they would do it more often. Like this is the only time I've ever seen them do it. I mean, they might do it like not on camera, like but
yeah, but I doubt it honestly.
I thought it was a really nice touch to have, and I wish they would do it more often. Like they should have done it during the Netflix show. That would have been really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, that was a whole. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that.
Here, we're gonna dive into this controversy a little bit that has kind of popped up. I know everybody's heard. You have heard. He's heard. Everybody's heard. Everybody watching this probably has heard. Corey Graves gone.
Mm-hmm. not famous enough to do his own job.
I see his point. Like, if it's not storylined,
oh yeah,
I see his point.
I'd be gone too in a heartbeat. It wouldn't even be a question. Like we both said, he should be on one of the main shows, whether it's a third commentator on Raw or getting rid of what's his name,
Joe. Which, here's the thing: I don't even know where this guy came from.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with him, but at the same time,
you're saying Pat can't do or hold on, we're having.
I'm just making sure the cat doesn't turn off my computer, so give me a sec.
Because they're right on the button. Okay. The thing is, I don't know where Joe came from, and maybe somebody knows where he came from, and he's good at it.
But he's not Corey Graves.
But he's not Corey Graves, exactly.
Corey Graves is a phenomenal.
He is. He's phenomenal color commentator.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the heel commentator, what they call them, the color commentators.
Yeah.
He's great at giving like the boost the stories. He's great at all that.
But he's not famous enough to do it.
Yeah. Because they want somebody like Pat. Now, like I've said before, Pat and Michael Cole, I know a lot of people don't agree. I hated Pat when he started, but Pat's really come into his own.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. He's fun. He's energetic. He brings like a new life
they
to
say
it.
He's like an 8-year-old. Him and Cole turn into 8-year-old children watching wrestling. And you know what? But to me, that brings the fun part of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're both face commentators or whatever, but most people are rooting for the faces. And I know there are a lot of people who like the heels, but usually the heels are just jackasses. Mm-hmm. So I feel
we get into that way later. Yeah. But in that note, one of the rumors that we are going to bring up is going to lead kind of into what I'm about to say. Wade Barrett will be on Raw this week. It was supposed to be 100% Corey's gig. But because of the whole NXT and him posting that he's not famous enough to do his own job, and that wait till he showed up on NXT, which he was not on NXT, that he had some stuff he wanted to get off his chest and talk about. And then TNA or NXT came, nothing. Mm-hmm. No Corey, no nothing. Rumor comes out, he was immediately fired, and the NXT comments, the Corey Graves, not famous enough to do his own job, were both pulled off X, Twitter, whatever you call it. So people are still wondering, is it a storyline that people close to him are saying that it is not storyline, but yet if it is storyline, wouldn't you say it's not storyline? So it's one of those.
I really hope it is, but unfortunately I get the feeling that it very well could just be like, this is actually just how it's going down and he's gone forever now, which would fucking suck.
Because we have a lot of disagreements with Corey, but yet when it boils down to it,
he's a great commentator. I still enjoy having him there. I might think he's a jackass sometimes, but that doesn't mean I don't want him there. I'd rather have him than Jared Leto, whatever his freaking name is.
Joe Castori, or however you say his last name.
That guy.
Yeah, really.
That guy.
The guy who's nobody can be bothered remembering his name. I know, I sure as hell can't.
But so Wade's supposed to take over. One of the rumors is that Corey's going to show up and challenge Wade to the position on SmackDown at Rumble, or even Saturday night. It's because both of them are supposedly medically cleared to wrestle. Mm-hmm. And you just need to find a storyline to put both of them in to get them kind of
back in the swing.
So
we'll see.
It is a rumor, and that is one I'm going to go ahead and throw out there.
I really hope so, because I'd hate to see Corey gone over some petty bullshit like this.
Mm-hmm. We're going to get into a little bit of this later, but we're just going to go ahead and touch this point now. Something I did find out up until like the last minute, and I don't know why it changed. I couldn't figure out why it changed. Nobody seemed to like have an official detail of why it changed. But Solo was originally supposed to start the show, come out and address the situation with Roman, and somehow at the last minute they kind of changed it. and gave Rey Mysterio the #1 slot to open up the show.
I feel like that would have made a lot more sense to have Solo open, considering we haven't seen him.
There's a lot of stuff around that, but we'll get down to there. But instead, we had Rey Mysterio being his hometown.
Yeah.
We were in the 619.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah, that's the area code. That's what his name is. Move his name after. Yeah.
We were literally in the 619 in San Diego.
You know, he comes out there, you know, saying, you know, thank you, you know, the usual speech.
Yeah.
And then KO's music hits.
Well, no. I want to get it. I want to get into this because it's close to. You don't remember.
Oh.
Knight Rider remembers. I remember. He gave a shout out to Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
The last time he was in the Rumble, he did it right after Eddie passed, and he dedicated the match to Eddie, and he won it from #2. So that's been like 19 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to touch on that because
I would have been like 2.
I miss Eddie. Like I know
Eddie was
I know you've probably seen
bomb.
videos and stuff of Eddie, but Eddie in that ring healer face, man, he was top shelf.
Yep.
And he never changed.
Nope.
You could have loved him or hated him, but he never changed. The character, the ideas, everything never changed.
Everything was always the same.
Lie, cheat, steal. Even when he was a face, he was lying, he was cheating, he was stealing, doing whatever he could do.
Yep.
If he could cheat in that ring, and be a face, guess what?
That's
he was
what he
grabbing
would
a
be
chair and
doing.
he was cheating. But people still cheered because it was Eddie.
Yep.
Fair Fox.
He was one of the only faces I ever saw truly pull off cheating, and people still like, Eddie! Type thing. It was great. But, then KO's music hits, and he's like, I'm sorry, Ray. I didn't want to interrupt you, but
You know, there are a few people in this this company I respect more than you. In fact, I'd be willing to go as far as to say there is nobody in this company I respect more than you. And, it's always been, I've done all these great things in my career. I've won championships. I've won matches, blah, 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 blah. But one thing I've never done is have a one-on-one match against Rey Mysterio. So I want you to do...
a title match.
Yeah, so I want you to do me a favor. I want you to... I believe in you. I think you can win the Royal Rumble. And all I ask is one favor. When you do win the Rumble, I want you to choose me as the champion you go against so that I can have my dream match of facing Rey Mysterio for the title at WrestleMania.
And Rey Mysterio instantly comes back with, but you're not the champion.
Yeah.
Which is, again,
Epic.
a very valid point. I mean, whether he thinks he is, whether he should be, whether he shouldn't be, completely off the table.
Yep.
He's not a champion. Like, for the end of the day, you're not a champion.
Nope.
You
ain't
were not
shit.
declared the
He's a
winner
piss-on.
of the match, regardless if you think it was unfair,
He's
if
a little piss-on,
Roman
that's all he
cheated,
is.
or not Roman, but Cody cheated, if, the referee cheated, whatever. Guess what? At the end of the day, you're still not the champ. And I know you think he should have been the champ, but like I said, even at the end of the day, you gotta understand whether you should win, lose, or draw, you still ain't the champ.
Yeah, fair
You go out there and say, look, right here, I'm the champ. You're not. But I did want to touch on something first. His shirt. If you didn't get a chance to read his shirt said, Canadian Dream, son of a security systems technician. Clearly a stab at Cody and Dusty Rhodes,
Son of a plumber, son of a plumber.
Yeah, it was clearly a poke.
Yeah.
But I thought it was the most funniest thing. Like,
Because he had to have that custom made.
I hope that that's on WWE Shop. I'm not saying I'm a KO fan or not a Cody fan,
It's funny.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
I would totally...
It's a good little...
Yeah. Good little stab. Then Ray...
Yeah,
Then he started like...
He told him, "You're not the champion," and he said... And
look, right here! You see...
Yeah, and he says, like, you know, and then Ray's like, you know, calm down, man. You're delusional. You're acting like Dominic Mysterio.
You're acting like Drew. What's up with you delusional people right now?
Yeah.
Y'all acting like Dom.
Yeah. And you know, fairly, in my opinion, that set Kevin Owens off. I'd be pretty pissed off, too. To be compared to Dominic Mysterio, especially by his own father.
Dom is a little dirtbag, okay?
Yeah.
We all know Dom is a little dirtbag.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Need I say any more?
Anyway. But yeah, then he tries to attack Ray, or Kevin tries to attack Ray, gets his ass whooped, goes outside the ring.
Well, no, he tried to do the 619 KO slide out.
Yeah.
But touching with the Ray wanting to enter the Rumble, I wanted to bring that up because we are now up to 8. Which is weird, being 1 week out. Oh,
yeah.
2 weeks out.
2 weeks out, yeah.
We still only have 8, which usually we're up to about 15 to 20 because of all the surprises, whatever. Yeah. So we're still a couple short.
Although, I actually, never mind. It was probably mentioned in the notes later, so. Anyway. But yeah, we have LA Knight, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio.
And the only one who is officially announced for the women is Nia Jax.
Yeah.
There are still 29 women.
Which is interesting.
But here's my thing. Which... I don't know if I want to bring this up right now. But I'm going to go ahead and bring it up, and we might touch on it later. But we did have the Charlotte promo.
Oh, yeah. Which caught me off guard.
Like, right before the Tiffy match. Like, you'd already seen Tiffy, whichever, which kind of leads to maybe...
I thought it was before the Ray match, wasn't it?
Was it before the Ray?
I think... Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Hold on, let me go slide down here real quick. Because I did put it in here. I thought I put it in here. Yeah, it was before the Tiffy match. So again, could it be her entering the Rumble, winning the Rumble, which a lot of people have said, that she's going to enter the Rumble, win the Rumble? Could she be taking on Tiffy? Could that be like the slide in?
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, hey, I'm coming back, and I'm gunning for you, without actually ever saying it. And they had some really good pictures of Charlotte. Like, that's why I didn't think it was Charlotte.
Yeah, they were hiding her face for the vast majority of it, but then at the very end, they showed it, and they were like Charlotte Flair.
But they had her in, like, nice dresses. They barely showed her, like, in-ring gear.
Yeah.
If they did, it was, like, still her face covered. Like, I legit was like, is that Tiffy? And that's when you realize, no, I think it's Charlotte. And right about that moment, Charlotte popped up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, but we'll get into that. So I'm thinking that Saturday night even, that might be 2.
Oh, like entered in the Rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we don't get like an official, like Charlotte coming out to the ring. It might just have a quick flash of like Charlotte, Rumble.
Yeah.
Some kind of like quick little promo-y type thing that you never actually see her. Like you see the Queen, Royal Rumble, flash on the screen like they did with Penta type thing.
Yeah.
Then we had the Naomi Bianca, which that we're going to break down a little, not a little bit, or not a lot, but enough.
Yeah.
The whole thing that I brought up last week. You know, we had the whole hair thing. She's like, yeah, wrapped it up. And I noticed too, and I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but it wasn't down during the match.
Yeah, it was.
Or it wasn't up during the match.
Yeah.
They like put it up and it was down during the match. Is what I was trying to say. But what I thought was really interesting is Naomi comes back there like to start it, and Bianca's like, "So you heard anything about like who attacked Jade?" She's like, "No," and nobody seems to know anything. And right as this segment ended, which we'll get into the ending, but I want to get to this point because this is probably the point that it actually was. Hey, I'm gonna get on my phone, my computer, whatever, boom, 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 text, send out a message. And by the time it actually got like looked at, like on Jade's account, it was after that shot. So everybody's assuming it was probably during that she posted or was like posting.
Yeah. But
Jade sent out a 2-word tweet. You sure? With a question mark.
And that just goes to further solidify what we've already said. It was Naomi or Bianca or both.
I'm leaning more towards Naomi alone.
Yeah. I could see that.
And them turning her heel.
Oh,
But a lot of talk is that Bianca wants to go heel. So she could easily take Naomi's side.
Yeah. Or maybe it just turns out that it was just Bianca on her own, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Oh, sorry. Come on. Come here. Oh, you go, boys.
I mean, is it a sign of Naomi?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Is it? Yes, it is, obviously. Oh, excuse me.
You know, and then we got the announcement that the Nick said that Ray and KO was later tonight.
Yeah.
Which, again, I absolutely love Nick.
He does his job.
Cody and Nick are seen talking backstage, and Nick is basically like telling Cody, like, you know, we can't have more of all this stuff that's been happening since Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, we can't.
You guys are getting reckless. You guys are, you know.
We can't have more of these street brawls, you know, putting each other through car windshields, the pile drivers.
It needs to stop.
Yeah, and he tries to get him to sign a...
He's like, has KO signed it? He's like, no. I'm going to see him next. Well, when he signs it, come talk to me. And I mean, that turned into the theme of the night for poor Nick.
Yeah. He actually tries to do his job, and yet all the superstars make it so difficult. Because they're all bloody idiots.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the Nia Jax and Candice LeRae
versus Naomi and Bianca.
Which it was actually a good match. It was good back and forth, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that Nia hit Candice with the leg drop there towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was kind of like a, what's the word I'm looking for?
miscue?
No, I mean like a reflection of like last week. Like Naomi Bianca hit Naomi with her big ass fucking hair, which once again is just, I know it's like her thing, but it is so much more trouble than it's worth. But anyway. And then Naomi and Bianca win. Nia Jax has been on a losing streak recently.
Yeah, and they're trying to push her to win the Rumble, or not. They're not trying to push her, but like.
Yeah. Oh god, I don't see her winning that. Honestly.
And then they announced the Elimination Chamber match in Toronto, which I didn't catch the date on that. And then they showed the Bayley interview from earlier, kind of talking about her fight with Tiffy and how she went on to NXT and.
Yeah, this was a personal match because Tiffy helped Nia take her title. Blah 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 blah. It was a pretty good promo. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah, it wasn't like great, and it was like set earlier in the day, like when the stadium was still empty.
Yeah.
Like it had taken place probably an hour or two before the stadium even opened.
Yeah.
Then you had Agent P. They're calling her Secret Secret Harris. Hervis.
Stupid.
Secret Hervis. That's what I'm trying to think of. Hervis is what like all the social media is calling her. Secret Hervis instead of like Secret Service. But she showed up. Like
Cecil.
Yeah.
No threats in here.
No threats in here. Everything's clear.
Yeah.
Then Chelsea shows up and starts flapping her.
Yeah, and then you have B-Fab talking to Michin. B-Fab gets up in Chelsea's face, and then Piper steps in between them, and she's like, "Okay, I'll go talk to Nick, get this made official." She goes and does that, and then as they both walk out, Chelsea's like, "We need to eliminate her, like tonight," because she's a petty little rodent.
Oh, I didn't even bring it up, but I'm gonna bring it up now. I don't know when it came in, but it was on another exclusive thing. They were talking to Chelsea backstage, like one of the exclusive things about her Piper's win later.
Mm-hmm.
But she goes, "So what's your plans going forward?" She's like, "I am in my second year as United States champion." Like, it's been like a month. It's been another year, but that doesn't count as a year. I just thought that was that moment of like...
You know what? I know a lot of people are probably going to take offense to this, but she really embodies the American spirit. Because we're all dumb as shit.
Are you okay?
Like, he's Cecil. He's never okay. But anyway, we
got the AKA Cecil.
Come here. Oh, I ain't trying to run over your foot. Come on. Come on. Oh.
He has to have attention.
But yeah, then we have Jimmy Uso walking backstage, giving up, his little hype speech before he comes out to the ring.
Yeah.
He comes out. They have their match.
Him and Carmelo.
Yeah, it was a pretty good back and back.
And then Carmelo doing his normal crap, gonna insult,
Yeah. Talk shit.
Everybody's always trying to hit on me. I am the him. I am the.
Yeah, Mello never misses. Blah blah blah.
But
and
yeah,
even not Corey Graves.
Wade
Barrett calls him out, or no, it might have been the other guy. One of them calls him out, saying he's missed quite a few times recently.
I think it was Wade actually.
Yeah, I think so. Which is, holy crap! We got 5 people in here. Hi guys. Anyway, if you guys are actually here and you have anything to add or comment, feel free to.
Yeah, feel free to join our rant.
But yeah, it was a good back and forth match, and then of course the freaking Bloodline gets involved. You have Tama and Jacob Fatu. I know names. Jacob Fatu come out there. They attack Jey Uso, start beating him up on the ground, and then Carmelo Hayes gets up.
He's like.
Yeah, and
he suddenly become the
honorary Bloodline member. Yeah. And then gets his shit rocked by Jacob Fatu, which was just, I love to see that. And then they start beating up on Jay again. And then you have LA Knight who comes rushing out, tries to take them both on his own. Does pretty good for a little bit until Tama wraps his leg up and then he gets dropped. And then you hear the roar. Braun Strowman comes out. Tama tries to jump on him, gets chucked into the guard railing. Braun gets into the ring, and you have him and Jacob Fatu standing, staring each other down, and then Jacob gets yanked out of the ring. And I know it's a bit later in the night that this happens, but we have it official. The Saturday night main event. Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. And then next week on SmackDown, you have LA Knight versus Tama Tonga. Mm-hmm. Which I'm not nearly as excited for, but it's still going to be a really good match.
Yeah.
But Strowman versus Jacob,
that's gonna Beast versus Werewolf.
It's going to be beautiful.
Or Monster versus Werewolf. The monster of monsters.
And here's the thing about that match.
Big SOB.
Here's the thing about that match is Jacob Fatu is an absolute disaster in that ring. Like they, like they've said so many times, all the athletic ability a warrior could want with none of the morals, or however they word it.
Yeah.
He's fast, he's strong, he's athletic, but his power is obvious. Like, very few people can match Strowman power for power.
But, let's get into that. Let's go a little bit further to get into that. You had the...
Yeah, they're all gone. They didn't want to deal with our bullshit.
You had the... where? Oh, Jacob or Solo starts walking out of the ring. He is getting booed like bad. We cut to a commercial.
Yeah. Come back.
But here's the thing. We cut to a commercial. And one of the other things we didn't get, they got overseas. They didn't cut the commercial when we did. They got Jacob talking on the microphone saying that everybody needed to stop booing Solo, that he needed to talk. And they needed to listen to what he had to say. Never once, and we're going to get into that here in a minute. Even during that, he never said, I love you, Solo. Nothing. It was just, you need to hear what he has to say.
Mm-hmm.
We get back from commercial, and they're like, he's been booed the entire time. Solo's got the mic in his hand kind of up, like he's getting ready to talk. He just kind of keeps putting it down, putting it up. Everybody's booing him. Finally, he just like...
Yep, drops, walks away out through the crowd, getting booed even as he's walking away. And then you have Jacob coming on saying, I'm tired of the envy. I'm tired of the disrespect.
I'm tired of the hate.
You guys think I'm crazy now? Guess what? I'm just getting started.
And like, for him never truly speaking, A+ promo.
Yeah. He's been doing really good on the promos recently.
But for somebody who just recently started the promos, and I've never seen a promo he did in any other promotion.
Yeah.
A+.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he's been doing really good lately. And I like I said, I know we've talked about this before, but especially with this upcoming solo match, because as far as I know, well, he's probably had a few solo matches before, but they've always been with the Bloodline, because, that's just how it is. But I'm pretty sure this is his first truly solo match. Because as far as I know, the only solo matches he's had up until this point have been against other members of the Bloodline, like Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And I think that was it. As far as I remember, anyway. So, it's going to be a hell of a fucking match, obviously. But I think it'll also be really good in cementing him as his own individual.
Which I think he needs.
Yeah. Because I think that's the direction they're going. I think this Bloodline, and what I'm hoping that happens with both the Bloodlines, is they all just say, screw you guys, we're going off on our own. And Roman is just left on his freaking high horse, kingdom of no one and nothing.
Well,
but
we're gonna get into that one, and you're not gonna like it.
Yeah, I bet. But
well, I'll throw it in here. There's talk of another Bloodline forming.
Of course there is.
And it's not going to be Solo that runs it. It's not going to be Roman that runs it.
It's going to be The Rock.
Nope. Jacob.
No. Just let him go do his own thing, goddammit.
Anyway.
That wouldn't even make any sense.
I don't know.
That seems like just a rumor, and I really hope it is, because that would make zero sense.
Exactly.
Like, at least Solo was, trained to become the next tribal chief, which, well, I mean, it's all stupid bullshit. Your red necklace means nothing here. But that's besides the point. Anyway.
There's people who disagree with that, but okay. I 100% agree, but...
Your red necklace...
You're in wrestling, and the thing is, it is, in their actual culture, it's high chief and not tribal chief.
Yeah, I know.
It's different.
Yeah.
Which is why they're kind of thinking they're allowed to use what they're using.
Yeah, because it's not actually how it works.
Yeah.
they're using it for story purposes rather than actual purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But another thing I thought was really cool is you had Los Garza talking backstage with Santo Escobar. You know, be like, we are Delgado del Fantasma. You know, we might not get respect, we take respect. You know, which again leads me to suspect that they're going to stay the heels.
Yeah. And
I've said this before. Pretty Deadly's, I think, heading towards.
Oh yeah, especially after what happened this week, 100%.
They're heading towards the sympathy babyface. I think is what's coming.
Exactly.
Sort of like what happened with Tiffany until now she's getting off on her own 2 feet, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, yes, I want to get into that too. But then you had the Motor City Machine Guns versus Los Guerreros.
Yeah.
Which was a good match. Like I said, I am not a big Motor City Machine Gun fan. I'm not a big Los Guerreros fan.
But it was a good match.
It was a good match. I tuned out probably most of it, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, it wasn't because the match was bad. It's just because it's not a storyline we're interested in.
Yeah.
Because like we've said time and time again, it's a soap opera.
Yep.
But like I said, I did pay attention when Pretty Deadly showed up.
Yeah. And that didn't go very well for him.
And they tried to help Los Guerreros keep or win the #1 contendership.
Which I don't know why.
But I don't know either, but they wound up fucking it up, basically.
Well, they didn't even... They fucked it up, but, nothing changed. Like Motor City Machine Guns was getting ready to do the Skull and Bones. They showed up, got beat up, and then they did the Skull and Bones anyway. So really nothing changed.
But the point is,
Yeah, they screwed the pooch.
Yeah. So...
Yep, basically.
And then Motor City Machine Guns wins, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then backstage...
That's when Nick showed up in front of KO, which then he had a Rey Mysterio shirt on, which everybody is talking about how he had switched shirts. Which I didn't put in the notes, but I thought that was just an interesting bullet point.
And then obviously you have Nick being like, "Okay, I need you to sign this," and KO's like, "Well, did Cody do? Cody doesn't even sign this." And then Nick obviously says, he said he wasn't going to sign it until you sign, and KO's like, "You're just trying to distract me from a match. I have to read over this, and I'm not going to do that right now. I have a match to get ready for. Stop trying to distract me." Takes his title, walks away, and then Nick's like, "Well, that went well."
Yeah, I love that. Because like I said, Nick tries to do his job. And he's usually really, really good at it, but there is weeks that the superstars are just like, "No, screw you.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you the benefit of anything today."
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting the benefit of crap.
Yeah. And he just left on his, I don't know.
But he fixed it.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. Then you had the Piper B-Fab match.
Yeah.
Which...
Piper wins.
I really didn't expect that. Because B-Fab has wrestled before, but she hasn't really... She's not one of those that is in every week.
Yeah. She's a manager.
Yeah.
And like I said, like we said during the match, she just took her eye off the ball. She was doing great. I feel like she could have beaten Piper, but she took her off. Bleh.
Dealing with Chelsea's bullshit.
Yeah. And Chelsea, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, Chelsea didn't try to do anything. She was just there yapping her jap. So, for all intents and purposes, that was on B-Fab. She jumped off the ring.
What do you eat?
Who knows? Probably dirt. Anyway.
Sorry, any of you have a dog, you understand.
Especially a little chihuahua with little man syndrome. But anyway. She jumps off the rope, hits Chelsea, goes back in, gets pinned, 1, 2, 3, it's over. Then they both
start attacking B-Fab.
Yeah. And then Michin runs out there with the kendo stick. Tries to beat up Chelsea, but Chelsea runs out like her little usual cowardice.
She is the greatest United States Women's Champion in history.
Yeah. It's been what, like 49 days since.
Wait.
Actually, no, it's been like 2-3 months. Has
No,
she?
No, I don't think she's even a month yet.
Well, I know she's had it longer than.
No, she's the only one who's won it. She just won it, what, the last pay-per-view?
I know. I'm saying longer than. She's had it longer than. Oh god, my brain's not working. She's had it longer than Tiffy has had her title.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's the longest reigning United States Women's Champion, because she's the only United States Women's Champion.
I know. I'm just saying she's had it, and I don't think has she even defended it yet. I don't think she has.
I don't think maybe once, and I can't remember who that was.
Oh wait, no, it was Michin. It was Michin.
I love how it tries to fix what the hell I do. Bob Euchre.
Bob Tucker.
I put Euchre, like exactly how it was spelled, and it says Tucker. Anyway, Bob Euchre passed away this week.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the Hall of Fame for like commentating WrestleMania, one of the early ones, like 4 or 5, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been earlier than that. But yeah, he died January 9th, I believe, is what it was. I might be wrong. I can't remember the exact date. But yeah, so you saw Ray walking backstage. It fixed my... And then... I'm gonna let Tafari bring this one up, because he was the one laughing so hard at it.
No, I wasn't laughing at all. It was so bad.
Okay. Tiffany's talking to Byron, and she's like, this isn't,
He says you made history last week by, winning
this isn't history.
This is Tiffstory. And I'm sorry, but no. That's not even how wordplay works.
So Tiffy Top is okay?
Yes! That makes sense. It's a T and a T. You can't... Tiffstory no. Tiffy Top, Tiffy Time, those make sense. It's 2 separate words. They both start with T. Fine, great, wonderful, whatever. Tiffstory? No. That one's not it. Sorry, guys. Whoever made that, fire them. They need to, get a whole new writing team. I'm kidding. It's not that bad, but it stuck out to me.
Otherwise, there was really nothing.
Yeah,
She started talking about, like,
how
she was,
nothing.
On top, and she was going to make history and, defend her title, blah, blah, blah. It was the normal.
And then you have Ray versus KO. KO. It was a pretty good match.
It was good back and forth. Like, I really enjoyed the match. I really genuinely enjoyed the match.
Yeah.
But
and then at the end,
okay. Before we get to this, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. I guess the easiest way to just step in it before we. KO bumped Ray is on the top rope. KO bumped the referee.
Yeah.
Staggering.
Yeah.
Bumped the referee into the rope, which caused Ray to fall.
And then he hits him with the pop-up powerbomb, wins.
Okay.
Come on now.
Purpose or not?
Honestly, I couldn't say either way, because I can 100% see him doing it on purpose, but at the same time, I can also see it be a genuine accident. Storylined, anyway. Obviously, it was intentional, but, story purposes, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, whether it was an accident, whether it was on purpose, because what happens after the match, it washes it all away. Even if it was an accident, it doesn't matter. Because after the match, KO, goes over, picks up Ray, trying to show respect, and then's like, no, fuck that, kicks him, starts to set up the pile driver. and then Cody's music kicks in. He runs down the ring. KO tosses Ray to the side, starts squaring up, and then he went through an entire match with Rey Mysterio, so he gets his ass beat. They start fighting all over outside. Eventually, security breaks him up.
Which actually did a pretty good job of breaking them up.
Yeah.
They didn't keep lunging at each other for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
And was it right after this, or because I saw it in the notes? Yeah, it was right after this that Nick I think he was down at the entrance, the entrance ramp with the mic saying, you guys can't be trusted to not attack each other.
No, it was a little bit later, I think.
Well, it says it's right here in the notes, so I'm just bringing it up now. He says, I've got somebody to. You guys are going to sit down next week, I believe.
Yeah.
Next week.
At Saturday Night Main Event.
Right, because their thing is the Rumble. So at Saturday Night Main Event, you two are going to sit down in the middle of this ring. You're going to sign the contract, and we're going to have Shawn Michaels,
HBK,
be the moderator.
Showstopper, the main event, the Heartbreak Kid.
And here's the thing. In my opinion, I know Shawn Michaels, great wrestler, great guy. He's done a bunch of stuff, and I'm pretty. Is it his hometown that they're going to?
Yes, they said it was in his hometown of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's the thing. How the fuck? What is he genuinely going to do to moderate anything?
Basically, it is in order to just have somebody there who might be a little higher authority. Because, okay, hear me out. I'm not trying to. One, he is basically running NXT right now. Okay. He is basically what Triple H is for NXT. So he is technically higher than what Nick would be, but why do they have Triple H do it?
That's great and all. What the fuck is he gonna do to moderate anything?
Because we're gonna end the same. I would hope, and I know with KO it's not. Okay.
That's my point. It's
not gonna be a Seth CM Punk thing, because that was, as you say, absolutely beautiful. There was no fight. It was just, hey, blah 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
It was great. That's not going to happen with these two.
It's not going to happen with KO.
Yeah.
Now, Cody, maybe. But
they're both going to fight each other.
I feel like KO is going to be the one poking the bear as hard as he can.
Oh, obviously. But once again, it just feels...
A cheap pop.
Yeah. It feels, once again, like we're just bringing people in for the sake of bringing them in and saying, oh, you're going to do this important thing, when in reality... he could not be there at all, and it's probably going to end the exact same way.
Yep.
It could be Nick Aldis. It could be some random ass referee. It could be me. It could be Joe Blow off the road moderating it. It's not going to change anything.
Exactly.
But
I would love for it to be me.
Yeah, no shit, right? Maybe they'd pay us a buck or two.
But then you had Pretty Deadly backstage talking to DIY. Which, don't read my notes, because I love spell check, and when you try to type in stuff, and I'm typing really fast, trying to keep up with the show.
It seems pretty good. It seems alright. Apollo? That's how you spell that, right?
Yeah, it fixed that. I'm talking about Deadly. It said badly, pretty badly backstage. Anyway. But they were backstage talking to DIY, and DIY's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What did you hope to accomplish with that?
Yeah, and then, he's like, the big, dumb, bald idiot guy says,
Tommaso?
Yeah, Tommaso says, I'm done with them, yada yada, walks off, and then John...
Well, no, because then Apollo...
Well, no, I'm saying before Apollo came back. What they said to Pretty Deadly. But yeah, Tommaso says, I'm done with them, and then Johnny Gargano, whatever his... Gargano, that guy. That, once again, Dingledorf A, Dingledorf B. But point being, it's like, it's just tough love, if you wanna, you help us, we'll help you. Blah blah. Walks off. Then Apollo comes up like, you guys are idiots. Basically, he basically says you guys are fucking idiots.
Pretty deadly, or DIY is.
They're just playing here for fools. And then Pretty Deadly walks off, and then Johnny comes back, attacks Apollo.
Keep your name out of our mouth. Keep our name out of your mouth. Keep our name out of your mouth.
And then walks off.
Mm-hmm.
After beating the hell out of him. So I figured that's going to be a match somewhere down the line.
Oh, definitely. But yeah.
But then we showed Roxana Perez from NXT in the crowd, which we didn't bring up because we haven't been doing NXT, but we do watch NXT. Bayley showed up after Roxana Perez's promo on NXT, and they got into a whole tiff in there. Started fighting in the middle of the ring. So Perez showed up, and they talked to her like backstage after the match, which we'll get into in a second. And she's like, I was never here to interfere. I just want to see what Bayley's got. Which I'll get into that a little bit later because, like I said, I didn't put it in the notes because I just got done watching it when I was finalizing the notes. But yeah, then we had the Tiffy and Bayley match.
And it was a great match.
It was. That, like I said, that was probably the star of the show.
Oh, definitely. It was phenomenal. Back and forth, both of them hitting on their finishers, having to go above and beyond. But at the end of the day, Tiffy won it fair and square, which I was so happy to see. I was so happy to see her win it. No questions asked, no cheating, no interference, no nothing. Just straight up beat Bayley. End of list.
Which is what you said you wanted.
Yeah, because that's what we need.
We're not Bayley fans. I don't mind Bayley. I think Bayley's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
But Tiffy needed to show what she could do without anything.
Yeah, on her own. Because if she wants to be champion, if she wants to stay champion, which I would genuinely love to see her stay champion for quite some time. But if she wants to stay champion...
She wants to be at the Tiffy top?
Yeah. If she wants to stay at the Tiffy top, she has to show what she's capable of, and she has to go out there...
And Tiffstory?
No. But... here's the thing. She's not going to be one of those fighting champions that goes out there every week and, defends it. But...
I would like to see her do a lot more than some of them.
Yeah. Because I believe... How long has she had the title? Let's find it.
What? 2 weeks? Maybe?
Long has Tiffy...
had women's title.
Women's title. Really? You Dingledorf.
I think she won it, last week?
No.
Or the week before? So it's been 2, maybe
13 days. So, if she keeps that up, that would be a hell of a lot better than Roman Reigns. It'd be infinitely better than Logan Paul. Which we're not going to get into that, because that's... Anyway. But yeah, I would love to see her...
Your favorite wrestler?
Shut up. But yeah, I would love to see her going out, defending it, at the very least, at, once a month. That's like the bare minimum, I feel.
It usually is.
Unless you're a freaking, Judgment Day, and then you defend it like once every 3 months, so...
But now, to the Roxana Perez interview that happened after. She invited Bayley to come back to Raw, or come back to NXT next week, and she showed her what a real champion could do. Because, obviously, Bayley doesn't have it anymore. And I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, Perez just lost the title. So what are you talking about show her a real champion? Because you technically lost your title. So...
Is she getting a rematch?
Rumor is she's going to the main roster come Rumble.
Yeah.
So, could she lose too?
Maybe. I don't see her winning in the back and then immediately losing it again, though. So, I don't know.
Rumor is she's coming to the main roster.
Ugh.
So, and I know you're not going to know. Knight Rider might know. But, Jacqueline signed a Legends contract which she's an older diva,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. She was probably early 2000s
Mm-hmm.
wrestler. She signed a Legends contract this week. Some of the matches we've got already set up for, which here's where people are saying they're killing Royal Rumble because Saturday main event is just stack after stack after stack.
Here's the thing though. People are saying that, and I agree. Saturday night main event is stacked. It's gonna be great. But how are you gonna make the Royal Rumble more stacked when you already have 2 Royal Rumbles, each of which are going to take an hour and a half minimum, because it takes an hour just for everybody to get down to the ring, plus like a good 30 to 45 minutes of them actually duking it the hell out. And then we have Cody and KO for the title. There's not going to be much wiggle room after that. Like, I don't know what people are expecting them to do. I know it's 4 hours, but once again, the 2 Rumble matches are going to be 3 hours minimum. Then you have the Kevin, and there's probably going to be promos in between those matches, or of some kind. Then you have the Kevin and KO.
Which you're not going to be able to do that quick. I don't think that match needs to be a 10-minute match.
No, that's going to be a 30-minute match at least. So you have maybe 30 minutes left in between that, which is going to be spent on commercials and, you know.
So you think that's it?
There might be one more match in there, but I don't see them pulling anything else.
And it might even be a pre-show.
Yeah. Because like I said, I mean, honestly, yeah, that would make the most sense. The 2 Rumbles and 1 championship match. Because you don't have room for anything more than that. You have 4 hours. That's it. The 2 Royal Rumble matches are an hour and a half a pop. That's 3 hours. You got three and a half hours of the Cody and KO match. Then you have 30 minutes of what's probably going to be commercials and promos. So I don't know how people are expecting them to do anything else in that time. I think people are just upset for the sake of being upset. I don't know.
But anyway, Saturday Night Main Event has got Jay versus Gunther, which everybody's calling the throwaway.
I'm not going to say a throwaway. A throwaway in the sense that we already know who's going to win, yes. But I do think it'll be a great match. And here's the thing. I want it to be a fan-fucking-tastic match. I want to see Jey Uso pull out the best performance of his life. I want to see him push Gunther to the limit. But he's still going to lose. Because I don't...
Maybe set up a future title shot, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, whatever.
Like, show what he's capable of, but prove Gunther right. He's not on that level yet. Yet being the key word. He can get on that level, though. Yeah.
Then you got the contract signing with Cody versus KO. With Shawn Michaels hosting, moderating, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then go ahead. This one's on you.
What, the Braun and Sheamus Intercontinental title match?
You want to see that one. And then the next one after that.
Jacob versus Strowman. That I definitely want to see.
But the Braun Sheamus match was for the Intercontinental title. Then you have the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY for the tag titles. So, like, it's going to be a stacked card.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's... Because that's what? How long is that one? 3 hours? Oh, shit. We got all that in 2 hours? That means that that means at least 2 of these are going to be throwaways. Not throwaways, but, like, short matches. Because you know they're still going to have, like, 30 minutes of commercials.
No kidding, right? And then, like I said, we have 2 Rumble matches so far, and we have the Cody versus KO title ladder match. Mm-hmm. Which also we need to bring up that the contract signing, they're both supposed to relinquish the titles.
Oh, that's right. And just have them held above the ring until Rumble.
Mm-hmm. They both have to relinquish the titles for basically a week. Which, again, I feel like Cody's going to be like, here, KO's going to be the fire starter.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to go over well. But
nope.
Nothing between these two is. They're like freaking powder kegs inside of a burning building. It's just not. It's never gonna go well.
And then the only rumor I could truly find was Journey Fatu,
Mm-hmm.
which is a real Bloodline member. He is.
I would assume Jacob's brother.
He's related somehow. I don't remember exactly. I think another cousin.
Well, they said I only say that because the last name Fatu.
Yeah.
So I would assume Jacob's brother.
But I think they use that a lot.
Yeah, like that's fair enough.
That's like a family name for them.
Yeah, but
he's gonna join Jacob and Tonga Loa, whatever. Which is again the whole start of new bloodline, new leader.
I really hope not. I'm so tired of the bloodline.
Exactly.
Both ends of it.
Exactly.
Just
We could put him in the bloodline.
just wash your hands with it. Be done.
Hey, we could put him on the bloodline.
I don't think they'd want any of us. I don't think if we combined all three of us and Cecil and the cats, we'd even make up one of the bloodline members. Yeah, you know, no offense to us, but we're not that cool.
Come on. Well then, stay there.
Cecil would have a better shot at becoming a bloodline member than us. At least he can chew somebody's ankles off.
Is that what we're going with?
You ever seen a ravenous chihuahua?
We are way off subject. Anyway, guys, I think that's it for us kind of covering stuff for today.
I think that's about it.
Unless Tafari got anything?
Do I not? I my brain's empty, but it's always empty.
Yeah.
Just in one ear, out the other. Anyway.
Usually is.
But yeah, guys, if you enjoy what you've seen here today, give us a follow. Go check us out on YouTube to see what we've done in the past. Join our Discord if you want to chat with us. If you want to support us, you can donate to us. Give us $1 or $2. Get us, I don't know. No, you can't even get a coffee for $2, but you get the idea.
Like I said before, anything that we make on this channel will go back into it.
Yeah.
You know, of course, that will have to be way more than $5. But the point,
It'll be a slow burn. Yeah. But I'm Tilfari.
CK.
Knight Rider.
And we'll see you next time.